Hello there, and welcome to the War Factory for today, January the 31st. Awesome. Awesome. So, couple of things. First of all, you can see I got all the tanks. All the tanks are loaded. And, of course, I've got Crazy Lady up front. So that's cool. Now, Crazy Lady being Everspark, you know, just in case you were wondering. The reason I'm doing this is, honestly, I was looking at this base, and I was like, okay, how can I do this without Smokey Zooka? Because Smokey Zooka is going to own this base. You pop a few mines, you stroll right on in, and I think it's like 4 shocks or something, but of course you can reduce that with a little bit of, you know, GBE love in the beginning, you know, maybe the first couple of attacks. So I was like, alright, you know what? I'm gonna do it that way. I'm feeling lazy, what the hey. And then I loaded up all the tanks because I was like, wow, I could land a whole bunch of tanks over on the left-hand side, just farm energy and, like, blow out excuse me, a couple of things, and then run Everspark and have a great time. And then I launched the attack and I looked at the base again, and I just kind of had one of those moments of, let's see what the vampire tanks can actually do. So I guess I should have already mentioned that is the precursor to being able to do this attack in the manner in which I am doing it is having the vampire tanks, because they will go through and they will heal themselves and be able to deal with, like, the cannons and the boom cannons and stuff like that. Everspark, obviously, there to throw down critters to keep the grapplers busy, and in some cases the cannons and the boom cannons and the whatnots. And actually, for that matter, even the shock launchers. So, slowly coasting through, I was kind of clearing my way and doing my thing, and it turned out a lot better than I thought I would be able to pull off. So I decided, you know, partway in, I'm just going to go tanks deep and just see how far I can push in. Also, I just kind of, because I know my hair is kind of messed up, literally just stepped in the door from pulling my father-in-law out of a snowbank, so the beard is probably also a little on the poofy side, but I know I gotta get this in, and I've got other things to do, unfortunately, so it's just, you know, it's the way that it is. But that aside, as you can see with the tanks, like, I was able to push in pretty freaking far, and honestly, I could have, when the grapplers started to really do damage to the tanks and really start grabbing a bunch of tanks and stuff, I could have done the smart thing and just retreated and been like, you know what, I'm gonna go do some things and some other blah blah blah, and everything will be fine. But I decided, hey, you know what? Nah, I'm just gonna let it coast. So if you pay close attention and you're, you know, more aware of what's up, you can probably do a little bit less on that first attack, but not lose a full set of tanks. And then once you're done that, for attack number 2, land down on the corner. And this is originally where I planned on, like, dropping all the tanks and letting them just kind of farm energy up while I did other things over on the right-hand side. And then I was like, hey, you know what? I can just farm up energy, and it was doing such a great job. I was like, I got a crazy idea. So I said I wouldn't do Smokey Zooka, or tried to find a way to not do Smokey Zooka, and I was successful. I have instead decided to go with Smokey tanks. Not even kidding. Swear on it. You're gonna see in a minute. So the trick is, build up a bunch of energy down here on the left-hand side for this attack, and then all you have to do is move the tanks over so that they're far enough to the right that they're gonna miss the worst of the boom mines, and just start smoking once they're in grappler territory. And now you might have 1 or 2 tanks that are jerks, and they'll kind of, like, veer off. if that happens, just let them go. Let them die. You're not going to need them. And then, of course, if you're going to do this strategy, I would strongly suggest pulling Brick out with Taunt on him, because he's going to lock up the rocket launchers, the flamethrower, and the grapplers, and protect a bunch of your troops. And for some reason, I didn't think of that because I wasn't planning on doing this. But having seen how well this Smokey tanks worked, I definitely suggest doing your second attack as Smokey tanks, and you'll probably end up, once again, finishing with a lot more tanks than me. Anyways, guys, thanks very much for watching. Hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully it's been entertaining, and above all else, hopefully you guys have a fantastic day.